Thank you for tuning in. It's been a significant 24 hours, and the rally at Madison Square Garden last night made one thing clear. The choice we're facing in this election is between unity and division, progress and retreat, hope and resentment. Donald Trump's campaign strategy seems entirely built on grievances, personal attacks, and division. His rally, once again, wasn't focused on the American people or their struggles, dreams, and ambitions. Instead, he used his time to attack those he considers his personal enemies, sowing seeds of division and deepening the rifts within our communities. But America isn't just about one person's vendettas. It's about us, the people who make up this country and work hard every day to create a better life for ourselves and our children. And that's what my campaign is all about. An America where we are united in purpose and hope, not divided by anger and bitterness. I envision an America that values each individual, an America that stands as a beacon of progress and justice, and an America that nurtures dreams. My to-do list for this nation is focused on results for you and your family, for the working families who fuel our economy, for the small business owners who innovate and employ, and for the communities that bring us together. We're here to build a country that stands strong because it stands together. We need to move forward with confidence, knowing that our future can be brighter, more inclusive, and filled with more opportunity for every American. Yes, the standards for this race are high, and as Michelle Obama pointed out, they're higher for me. But that's not something I shy away from. I am here to earn your support, not just with words, but with action and commitment. That's why I'm traveling the country, listening to your concerns, and ensuring that my plans reflect what you need most. And what are those plans? They are detailed, researched, and fully dedicated to the idea that America can be stronger, fairer, and more prosperous for everyone. I'm here to tell you exactly what that means and how we'll make it happen. One of the most pressing issues I hear about as I travel across the country is the rising cost of living. Families are stretched thin, wages aren't keeping up with inflation, and everyday essentials like groceries are becoming harder to afford. This is a crisis for too many, and we need immediate action. My plan starts with holding large corporations accountable for price gouging. When corporations see record profits at the expense of everyday people, it's time to step in and ensure fairness in our economy. For grocery prices, we're going to tackle supply chain disruptions and increase support for local farmers and food producers. This will bring down costs and make our food supply chain more resilient. For families struggling to afford housing, I've outlined a comprehensive strategy for affordable housing. This includes expanding the Housing Choice Voucher program, making down payments accessible for first-time homebuyers, and incentivizing the construction of affordable rental properties. In fact, under my plan, first-time buyers could qualify for a $25,000 down payment assistance grant. It's time we make the American dream of homeownership accessible to more people, especially young families and individuals who've been priced out of the market. Our economy must work for everyone, not just the wealthy few. That means creating good-paying jobs that provide a path to the middle class and beyond. I have a comprehensive plan to invest in infrastructure projects that will revitalize our communities and create millions of jobs. From rebuilding roads and bridges to investing in green energy and broadband access, we're going to ensure that every community has what it needs to thrive in the 21st century. But infrastructure is just the beginning. I'm committed to reinvigorating American manufacturing. For too long, we've allowed good-paying jobs to be outsourced, and communities across the country have suffered as a result. I'll work to bring those jobs back home by incentivizing companies to manufacture goods here in the U.S. We'll also invest in the clean energy sector, which holds enormous potential to create new jobs while protecting our environment. Through tax credits and grants, we'll encourage companies to adopt green technologies, creating a pipeline of jobs in solar, wind, and renewable energy. Small businesses are the backbone of our economy. They bring unique products, create jobs, and foster community spirit. Yet they face enormous challenges, from rising costs to competition from large corporations. My plan for small businesses is rooted in giving them the resources they need to succeed. We'll offer tax credits to help small businesses cover healthcare costs for their employees. Additionally, we'll create a federal loan program specifically for women and minority-owned businesses, providing the capital they need to grow and thrive. On top of that, we're going to make it easier for small businesses to access government contracts. Too often, large corporations dominate federal contracts, shutting out smaller companies that could use the opportunity to grow. My administration will prioritize contracts for small and local businesses so they get a fair share of the government's business. Healthcare costs are out of control. Americans pay more for healthcare than anyone else in the world, yet many people can't afford the care they need. My plan will build on the Affordable Care Act, expanding coverage and reducing costs for working families. We're going to lower prescription drug prices by allowing Medicare to negotiate with drug companies, and will cap out-of-pocket costs for seniors on Medicare. But healthcare isn't just about lowering costs, it's about accessibility. That's why I'm committed to expanding Medicare to cover home health care, which will allow seniors to receive care in their own homes rather than being forced into costly nursing facilities. This not only saves money but also respects the dignity and independence of our elderly population. We're also going to tackle the mental health crisis head-on. Access to mental health services should be a right, not a privilege. My plan will increase funding for mental health facilities, integrate mental health services into primary care, and expand access to affordable mental health care for all Americans. Mental health care is health care, and we must treat it as such. Education is the foundation of a strong society. We need to ensure that every child, regardless of where they live, has access to a quality education. My education plan includes increased funding for public schools, especially in low-income areas, so that every child has the resources they need to succeed. Teachers are essential to our children's futures, and they deserve to be paid like the professionals they are. My plan will raise teachers' salaries and provide them with the support they need in the classroom. In addition to improving K-12 education, we need to make higher education and vocational training more accessible. Under my plan, community college will be tuition-free, and trade programs will receive increased funding to train workers for high-demand jobs. Whether a student chooses college or a trade, they should have access to affordable education and training options. Climate change is one of the most pressing challenges of our time. The science is clear. We must take action now to protect our planet for future generations. My plan to address climate change includes rejoining the Paris Agreement and committing to net zero emissions by 2050. We'll transition to renewable energy sources and incentivize companies to reduce their carbon footprint. This isn't just about the environment. It's about creating jobs in green energy, making our communities healthier, and ensuring a sustainable future. But we won't stop there. Environmental justice is a crucial part of my plan. Low-income communities and communities of color have been disproportionately affected by pollution and environmental hazards. My administration will prioritize cleaning up these areas, reducing exposure to toxins, and holding polluters accountable. We have a moral obligation to protect the most vulnerable among us, and that includes ensuring they have clean air to breathe and safe water to drink. Public safety is essential to a strong community. But safety doesn't just mean more police. It means more community support, more resources, and more opportunities. My approach to public safety is rooted in prevention. We'll invest in community-based programs that provide young people with mentorship, job training, and educational support. By addressing the root causes of crime, we can create safer neighborhoods without resorting to excessive force. Additionally, I'm committed to reforming our criminal justice system. This means ending cash bail, which keeps low-income individuals in jail simply because they can't afford bail, and investing in rehabilitation and re-entry programs for formerly incarcerated individuals. Everyone deserves a second chance, and by providing support to those re-entering society, we reduce recidivism and build stronger communities. We're at a critical moment in our nation's history where we must confront the injustices that have persisted for far too long. My administration will prioritize civil rights and work to end discrimination in all its forms. We'll strengthen protections for LGBTQ+ Americans, fight for reproductive rights, and ensure that all people, regardless of race, religion, or background, have equal access to opportunity. Racial justice is a central part of my platform. We need to address the racial wealth gap, which has left many communities of color economically disadvantaged. My plan includes targeted investments in minority-owned businesses, affordable housing, and education to help close this gap and create more equitable opportunities for all. America is strongest when it leads with integrity and values. My approach to foreign policy will focus on strengthening alliances, standing up for human rights, and promoting democracy around the world. We'll work with our allies to address global challenges, from climate change to international security, and ensure that America remains a respected leader on the world stage. This includes a strong commitment to supporting our veterans who have sacrificed so much for our country. We'll increase funding for veterans' health care, expand mental health services, and ensure that every veteran has access to quality care. Our veterans deserve the best, and we must honor their service with action. So here we are, at a crossroads, and the choice before us is clear. We can continue down a path of division, resentment, and backwards-looking policies. Or we can choose unity, progress, and a brighter future for all. I'm running for president to bring people together, to build an America that respects every person and values every community. Thank you for being a part of this journey. Let's continue to push forward, united by a shared vision of what this country can be. This is about more than just an election. It's about the soul of our nation. And together, I know we can build a future that works for all of us. So stay tuned, stay involved, and let's make this vision a reality. See you next time.